Oh, I'll mute you right now.
All right. Dutch and Andrew and Dutch, we're back at it. Dutch, during the break, we were talking to AJ about some stuff about this mindset stuff, and Dutch, you just brought up a great point. We do say this, and it's a caveat that I always say this at the beginning, and you reminded me of it when I'm on the podium, that you do not have to be, or I'll say it like this: you can be different mindsets in different areas of your life. And I use singing for me. Like I'll never be more than average as a singer, so I'm average-minded as a singer. And that
You're actually defeated as a singer.
Right,
go ahead.
Probably. Thanks, Dutch. Love you, man. No, I mean it this time, really. The last time I was just kidding when I said it. But yeah, okay, so I'm defeated as a singer. And I don't care. I'm not going to waste any of my mental energy, my emotional energy, or my physical energy, my time, or my financial resources on singing lessons. Okay, so it's okay if you're a different mindset in different areas. But what we're trying to do is just lay out the mindsets right now so you could make those decisions and make them objectively, not deluding yourself.
Absolutely, and that's all. That's what all we're saying. It's about awareness, and the first thing that you need is awareness. When we're talking about finding out who you are, I mean you're going to have to do that kind of what do you call it, that
honest
assessment. The honest assessment, that you're looking at yourself in the mirror.
Yep.
And you're going to find some things that you don't like. You're going to find some things that you do like. You're going to find some things that you can build upon. You're going to find some things that you need to change. So, but you have to be honest with yourself. So the way that mindset that you have, the way you make decisions is critical. It's a critical part of that assessment. And we all have to do it. So if you find yourself being average-minded in some areas, that's okay. But it's good to know where you are, and it's also good to know where it's not okay and when it's not okay. If you're trying to get certain things in your life, and not to blame others or reach for all kind of reasons why you are where you are when you've identified yourself as an average thinker in that area.
Right. And then the other question I want to ask, especially if you have kids, right? If you are average-minded in any area or less, or even a tyrant, if you're anything less than an elite warrior in any area, are you holding anybody else back from becoming an elite warrior?
Amen. Amen.
And this is huge. This is huge. But think about just even the words that come out of your mouth to your kids, and then I use this on the podium all the time. We were taught since we were kids to look both ways to cross the street. Why, Dutch? So what?
So I won't get hit.
Right, and don't get hit is not the target that you want to be teaching your kids, and you're teaching them to be average-minded when you say stuff like that. And when you say, money don't grow on trees, what are you teaching them? A fear and scarcity mindset.
Fear and scarcity, absolutely.
We can't afford that. No, say, hey, you know what? Because you can afford anything that you want to afford. Even if it was like if I was about to die tomorrow, but if I had $150,000 to do heart transfer, I would find the $150,000. You could afford anything that you really want to afford. So why don't you just be honest and say that's not a priority for us to buy right now, guys? Instead of saying we can't afford that. That's a cop out. That way you don't have to actually take inventory or face up that you have different priorities.
Absolutely. Or you can do like I do. I make it specific to my kids. I tell them that they can't afford it.
Yeah, right now you can't afford it, but someday you will. Yeah, right. No, seriously, and this is huge.
Yeah, it's central to everything, man. The other thing is when you learn these things, even if you're not average, even if you're average-minded in an area, but you recognize that someone else can be average, but they should be elite, then you can give them this information. You can direct them to us. You can teach them what you're learning here. So this a lot of things you're learning is not just about you as well, because you can learn these things and you're going to be by default teaching others. As Andrew just said, your own children, they're going to see you behave differently. They're going to see you speak differently. They're going to see you communicate differently. They're going to see all these different things, and it's gonna get into their space, and they're gonna mimic that stuff. And so it's imperative that you do. How many people, as Andrew said, are you holding back because of what you do? So this is bigger than, although we focus on us, it's bigger than just us.
Oh, it's way bigger. But we have to fix, we have to look into, because the only thing we can control is us, Dutch. That's why we CEO of you. It's ground zero. We start here because this is the only thing that I can control. But understand that everything that you can control, you're pushing it out and influencing other people, whether you think you are or not. And anybody, listen, Well, I'm saying right now, everybody's experienced this. When some grouch walks in the room, or I'll say it like this, Dutch. If you ever walked into like a couple's house for dinner, you came over to their house and you knew they were fighting right before you walked in, even though they're not the second you walked in? Could you feel that atmosphere?
You can feel it. You feel that
vibe, and you're like, wow, something's going on here, right? Even though they're all trying to be cordial to each other. Listen, every room you walk in, you're giving that off, that energy, that vibe, whatever. People can read your body language and what you're putting out. And if you're average-minded, you're defeated, you're a tyrant, you're putting that out wherever you walk. Or if you're elite warrior, you're also putting that out. That's why I talk about pushing out your airspace and how I can control every room that I walk in. It's not that I control other people. I control myself. And then other people, because they're not in control, they actually abdicate the power that they have over themselves and they give it to me. They automatically give it to me. They cede that power to me because I am in control. And that's what leadership is. That's what we do with our leaders. We cede control. They look like they know what they're doing. They're more confident than we are. I don't really want to do the work anyway, so I'll just cede that power over to them.
And, I feel confident. I feel good about that power because I use it for good and you use it for good. So when I do it, people are learning. People are advancing because of the way I'm behaving.
Well, we only use our superpowers for good, Dutch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. That's not a joke. And you can find yourself running into people as you become more and more versed in this. You're going to find the people that are out there in the world that are using this for evil, that are using it with ill intent.
Oh yeah.
And they're not trying to influence anybody in a positive way. They're not trying to advance anyone but themselves. But we make it a point to make it about more than just us. We're about others, walking this path with us and living in the fundamental I want to say luxuries that are out there because there are fundamental luxuries that we have access to that we're denying ourselves of because of the way the mindset that we have, the way we approach things. I mean, we are denying ourselves of some of these things, and it's a shame. It's sad, but once we understand what's going on and we get the relevant information, it's on us.
2 minutes.
It's on us, and everyone's looking to blame everyone else. But once you get the information that we're giving you, it's on you to take those steps to get better.
There you go. You're the problem, you're the solution. Boom, done. Listen, and if you are angry, if you do find yourself getting angry at the stuff Dutch and I are saying, you got to ask yourself, why are you getting angry? So you're not really getting angry at Dutch and I. You really need to take a hard look. And then, again, remember, anger is a tool. Use it on your problems, not on people. Anger is a tool. We use it as a scalpel, not a sledgehammer, right? So it's good that you're angry. Now point it in the right direction and go to work on solving problems. Don't take it out on people. Listen, the hour's gone, Dutch. It's been a great show. I love hanging out with you again. As you said to me early on the call, we were calling, and you said, "Hey, I'll see you on the radio." I love seeing you on the radio, Dutch.
Hey, Mickey Pride, I got to give him a shout out.
Shout out to Mickey. Love Mickey.
WCCP.
Yeah,
Mickey
WCCP.
Plyler.
He's got the early show. He's on Dark 30, man. Right? So what's he on? He's on 6 to